Okay, so I've just added one more layer and put the falling prices text at the top there, and I've added a fifth layer for the here button, which is going to be the thing that people need to click to actually go to the website. So again, I'm just going to make that button out of some text. So I'm clicking to create that text. I use those processes that we've used before to generate that, and I'll drag that to where I want it to be. In fact, it all needs a little bit of repositioning. So let's do that because it's all a bit top heavy at the moment. So let's come back to here and have a look at the layers. One of the things that we can do is turn on and off the visibility of these layers, and we can fix and lock those layers. So I'm going to fix the background layer and lock it so it can't be edited. And then I want to move the character, the whole character. So I'm going to select the frame that the character's in the timeline down here, and it's selected everything that's in that layer on that frame, and now I can just move him down to where I need him to be, which is more sort of down here. Okay, and I'll do the same for the speech bubble, which will give him a little bit more room and give the here a little bit more room. I think that needs to just come down a little bit as well. A bit more space, not quite that much. Now we want to make this a button with interactivity, so that implies we need to make it into a symbol, and this is a new aspect of Flash that we're going into here, and symbols are connected with interactivity and connected with animation. If you want anything to be an animation, it has to be a symbol first. So we're going to make this into a button symbol. So I've selected it, and all I'm going to do is go to Modify and Convert to Symbol. The hotkey for that is F8, and I'm just going to call it Here Button. And as you can see, there are three different types of symbol. Button type is what we're looking for here. Just click OK. And you can see that the bounding box has now changed. We have no more handles. We've got this solid blue line around here. Now, what that has done is actually created an entity called Here Button and put it into the library, and we can see it here. And that means I could drag on a number of copies of that button and use them for different purposes around my animation, and that's what makes one of the capabilities of Flash quite appealing, is the fact that you can design something and use it again and again and again. That might be something that you'll make use of later if you get further into Flash. However, in this case, we're just going to use this one button, and we're going to give the instance of that button, so the occurrence of it in our particular animation, a name. So I'm going to call it button underscore here. Okay, so that's up there. I want to actually change the appearance of this button, so I want to get a rollover effect. And the way I do that is to using my selection tool, just to double click on the button, and you can see now that the screen has changed, and we are editing. You can see up here we are editing the here button symbol, not the scene. Okay, we've gone into a different aspect of our editing. We're now editing the symbol, and you can see here that the timeline has changed, and just like the main timeline, we can develop a number of layers in our buttons, so we can give our buttons very sophisticated rollover effects. We're going to do some very simple ones. We've got a very simple timeline here. A button actually only has 4 states: up, over and down. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to copy the contents of this frame, which is just the red version of the here, and I'm going to paste it into here, into the over state. So this is the state when the mouse is hovering over, and I'm just going to click in that and change the color to be something else. Okay, so when I hover, it's going to be like that. I'm also going to change the down state, so I'm going to paste that in again, click in it again. I'm going to change the color to a different orange. We'll come back to buttons in the next tutorial.